Being in the insurance industry for quite a while, I have just noticed over time that veterans really get the short end of the stick. Men and women who write a blank check for our country. There's so much stuff that veterans can get caught up in. Here's why I built Timeless and We Protect Veterans. Don't get mad at me here, but vets tend to be a stubborn group. Why? Because they like to get stuff done. Now, I can only help with the pitfalls of life insurance. Stop and think about that for a second. If you get your life insurance wrong, your wife, your husband, your kids, whoever, they don't get a check after you die. So we provide while we're alive, and then we just leave them hanging after we die. So we ensure that they're never overpaying and that they're never misguided. We debunk all the crappy $9.95.
It has an affordable rate starting at
$9.95 a month.
We also educate on what the VA does for veterans, whether you have a service-connected disability or not. We want to make sure that veterans understand they can convert SGLI to VGLI. We want to make sure veterans understand what this new plan looks like, especially the Vietnam-era veterans. You guys don't want to wait and pay for 2 years. We have hired a ton of vets. Once people give us a chance to talk to them on the phone, we catch everybody. You guys are a scam. You guys are just targeting veterans. Yeah, I'm targeting veterans because I'm keeping you guys out of all of the garbage. All the hundreds and hundreds of 5-star reviews and video testimonials end up speaking for themselves. This is not sales. This is service. We educate. Our whole premise is to get you on the phone, fill you in on things that the VA should have, and let you make a choice from there. That's why so many vets trust us. That's why we've helped 20,000 plus veterans. That's why we've saved $8 million in premiums just by simply serving and educating veterans. Life insurance absolutely sucks to shop for. When you talk to veterans, you have to be a little bit mindful of the fact that PTSD, TBIs, burn pit issues, Agent Orange for the Vietnam era. You've got to know how to navigate all this stuff. I get messages daily. Mike, this company denied my husband for this. Why did that happen? It's all because of inexperienced morons with insurance licenses. The unfortunate truth here is that to get day one, immediate, proper life insurance, you have to go through a licensed, authorized professional. You don't want your husband or wife sitting at the ceremony looking at you in the casket and your flag draped over it, and they're wondering, does the VA pay for this? So we go to shop for life insurance, and there's no education until now. We protect vets and Timeless Protection. We are the company that is going to guide you. We're very well known in the veteran community. There's pertinent info that goes on in a life insurance application. You've got to really trust the person on the phone. We Protect Vets is proven. We're going to give you transparency. We're going to break down the situation that you're in, figure out if you need the coverage. We're going to compare the new VA plan to the private market, and then based off your basic health, we're going to show you what's best. At that point, our job is done. You guys make the choice for your family. We just want you to have the proper intel. That's all we care about. Nobody needs 15,000 phone calls in the matter of 2 seconds. You guys get this good-looking ad on here. $250,000 for $100 a month. Honey, let's sign up for some life insurance. Hell yeah. You fill out the ad. You answer your questions. Oh, I'm in the Army. Oh, I'm discharged. Oh, I'm 40% disabled for hearing. Enter. And then your phone just nonstop. They just took all your information, put it in the chum bucket, and now they're just feeding the sharks. Your name becomes chum. You need one company? That company is us, Timeless Protection. We protect veterans. We are here to educate and advocate for you. The marketing behind these companies makes everything look so juicy. It makes it seem like you can just get $250,000 in coverage. It's all clickbait. Do not click on any ads that have a coverage amount and a cost with it. They have no idea what you are like health-wise. Age, smoker, non-smoker. How can they tell somebody that your rate is going to be this for this much coverage if they don't know your age? Please stop clicking on them. Take the proper time to have a conversation with a proven, trusted professional, and I swear the process will go so much smoother and so much faster, and you'll have the best coverage. That's the best part. You'll know for a fact you don't ever have to shop ever again. The reason why people buy the most crappy insurance is because we're trained as consumers to shop the most for the least coverage. That means you're going to buy a term policy. Term coverage pays out 1 out of 100 times. Everybody says, oh, buy term and invest the rest. Yeah, that's cool if you can qualify for term, but if you've got major PTSD or burn pit emphysema, can you qualify for term? No. Do you still need life insurance? Yes. Stop purchasing coverage from the mail, from TV. If I have a get quote button in an ad, you're only going to get called by us. Do day one immediate coverage quotes. And then we're going to want to get you on the phone for 2 seconds just to verify your health. Any coverage that does not have a licensed professional in between you and the company will have a catch. It's either going to increase every 5 years and then drop you at the age of 80, or it's going to have a gap of 2 years with no coverage. Talk to a professional. It's only a check that provides money for your family after your income disappears. Thank you for stopping through to watch this video. If you guys like this content, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the follow button, hit the notification. Help us grow the channel. We're just trying to make awareness, mental health, addiction, recovery. We want to help our veterans. Thank you very much for your service, vets who are watching. Comment, criticize. Thank you guys very much. 3 signs you are getting completely ripped off with your life insurance. Sign number 1, you go and reshop your coverage and someone tells you the pricing doesn't sound right. Right now, we are seeing a ton of veterans calling us and they're like, Mike, can you check my coverage? This guy said we had 20 grand for $50 a month. Cool, let's check it. You've got $10,000 in coverage and they doubled the payout if you die of an accident. So technically it's 20 grand. The person that wants this commission says, I'm just gonna tell him he's got 20 for half the cost. Make my commission. He'll never open up the booklet, call it a day. We see this 2 or 3 times a day where somebody has a policy put in place and it's completely wrong. Another sign you're getting ripped off. Your cost keeps going up. If your cost is increasing on your insurance policies, you're in a product that you need to get rid of. AARP, Globe Life, True Stages, term policy. They're notorious for giving you coverage and then raising the price every 5 years and then dropping you at the age of 80. Does that sound familiar? You remember SGLI and VGLI? Well, VGLI is a private market prudential policy and it goes up every 5 years in price. If you're in your 70s and you have VGLI, you are probably paying thousands of dollars a month for your life insurance. This is through the VA. Pay attention to what the VA does. And this is why we're here to educate you guys so that this stuff doesn't happen and that you don't get crushed financially and that your family doesn't get crushed financially when you die. Third thing to know that you're getting ripped off. Excuse me, sir, what do you even have for coverage? I don't know. I think I have that whole term universal thing. So when you talk to the agent didn't fully explain to you what you had? No, he just talked really fast and begged me for my social and banking info. This is not the product to do that to. You have to get this right. If you don't get this right, your family will suffer. The headache you're going to have to deal with after the fact when you have the wrong policy is going to take way longer than having a conversation with someone who's going to get the job done the first time. Oh, I've got $300,000 worth of coverage for $20 a month and I'm 67 years old. No, you don't. You have accidental coverage. If you have a heart attack and die, that pays nothing. Don't get caught up in policies that sound too good to be true. If the coverage amount is way up here and the cost is way down here, something is off. Does it make any sense for an insurance carrier to put out a liability of $500,000 and only charge somebody $100 a month? Well, they do it because they're 99% sure they're not cutting a check, unless you have permanent coverage. We're all established insurance professionals. We banded together a couple years ago when the VA launched their new coverage. Half of our team are veterans, and veterans ask to work here all the time because they take the time to do their due diligence. If a veteran is in need of life insurance, we are going to educate them on everything VA and everything private market. We're going to show you the best available plan, whether that's the VA or the private market. Do we get compensated for anything from the VA? No, nor do we want to. But is the policy right for a certain amount of veterans? Yeah. Do they deserve to know that? Yes. If you're a vet, you got discharged. Did you know that the VA has a new whole life product? It's called VA Life. My company, We Protect Vets, is here to educate you on it. We're also here to educate veterans that are about to get discharged or retire, to tell them if SGLI would be good to convert to VGLI. Depends on your age, and really you only want to hold on to VGLI until you're like 60, 65. After that, the prices just get insulting. And these carriers are smart. They know that once you get past a certain point, paying X amount of dollars a month, you can't really let it go because you put so much money into it. But VA Life, a guaranteed acceptance whole life plan made for veterans who have a service-connected disability rating. This plan gets issued without any questions, and now you have your coverage. Boom, I have my coverage. Honey, I've got our coverage. You're good to go. Peace of mind. And you die 2 months later. Now your wife's like, well, this sucks, but at least I'm getting a check. Well, from the VA, they're just going to return 2 premium payments back to you. If you die in the first 2 years, that's what the VA is going to give you for a payout. I'm not pushing any policy on anybody. I'm getting in front of vets to educate them, to show you that VA Life for a 60-year-old for $10,000 of whole life is $50 a month for a male or a female. We look at the private market for the same 10 grand for a 60-year-old, it's $40 or $45 a month, and there's no 2-year waiting period. If you got 10 seconds into a phone call with me, you would be like, holy cow, now I get it. Wow, they really are here to help. We freaking care about our vets, and we don't want anyone overpaying for coverage. At the top of that list would be a veteran. VA Life, guaranteed acceptance, whole life. Price never changes, policy never expires, but there's no coverage until year number 3. As a 72-year-old Vietnam veteran, do you want to pay premiums for 2 years before coverage kicks in? No. $10K for $50 for a 60-year-old. Whole life works different than term. Whole life is priced the way it's priced because the carrier knows for a fact that they're cutting a check. Term life pays out 1% of the time. How many people do you know that have said, I just cashed in a $500,000 life insurance policy? 0. The plan from the VA, while right for about 2 to 3% of veterans, that 2 to 3% we still need to find because they're going to save hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month by not going with some Gerber Colonial Penn product and going with VA Life. If you're going through chemotherapy, if you had a foot amputated due to some neuropathy issues from diabetes, no carrier is going to look to give day one coverage. Now we've got to go guaranteed issue, no health questions. Well, the place that offers the best guaranteed acceptance whole life right now, if you have a service-connected disability rating, is the VA. You deserve to know that. You also deserve to not be in that policy and have immediate day one coverage if you're fairly healthy. Why should we go make 24 payments into something and leave our families vulnerable for 2 years when we can get it cheaper and not leave them vulnerable immediately? Now, you're a vet. I know your feed is absolutely bombarded with this stuff now. There are thousands and thousands of agents running ads from lead vendors who charge money for that agent to get your information so that they can pound the phones. What is behind these ads is a chum bucket, and your information goes into that bucket. They're gonna call until they get you on the phone, and there's gonna be some really corny sales script
Hey, this is John from the Benefit Center. I'm a VA specialist and I work with veterans and try to get them the greatest life insurance ever.
Ask one of these guys what Agent Orange is, see what they say. No insurance company can give you a cost until your risk is assessed, until your motor vehicle record is run for auto coverage, until your MIB report or physical is taken. The second you click on an ad where there's cost, you're just going to get lit up with phone calls. I just got off the phone with somebody. They thought they had a $50,000 life insurance policy. What do you think they had? When we talk to vets, a lot of veterans call us up. Most of the veterans now call us because they bought coverage over the last year or two, and they're like, did I do this right? So they inquire and we look it up, and the second we plug in the info, if the price is way off, our antennas go up. So we need to see what this person actually even has. So if I go look at that and he's telling me it's $50 a month, and I go look up $50K of whatever coverage he thinks he has, and it's twice or triple the amount, well, now we really need to look at that policy, because I guarantee you the agent said, I'm going to write him a $25,000 policy and I'm going to say 50 because we're going to double the payout if it's an accident. This is the stuff that is behind these ads. Are we really, really, really good at helping veterans find the best insurance policies, period? Yeah, we are very good at it. Why? Because we love helping you and we're experienced. You guys are the best human beings on earth. Granted, not every veteran is a peach, but for the most part, you wrote a blank check for this country and you deserve the best of everything. And we hold a much higher standard than your average group is going to hold. We're always going to make sure that you don't have to wonder anymore if there's better coverage out there. That's why none of our business gets canceled, because we don't just throw it against the wall to see if it sticks. No, we gather our intel and we go where the best coverage is. If it's A-rated across the board and we know for a fact it's the best, that's what we put on you guys. And we won't put anything on a veteran that we won't put on our mothers. Behind these ads that you see all over social media, the disability ads, that goes for all types. Auto insurance ads right now out for vets that are like $40 or $20. Please, for the love of God, do not click on any of them. I know that we're all trying to save money. I have 4 sons and a newborn daughter. There is nobody on earth right now that cares more about budget than me. I am here to watch out for the veteran's wallet or pocketbook, and I'm here to make sure that their spouse is going to be able to survive, at least for a decent chunk of time, from the best life insurance available. If you want to not worry about what is behind all these ads, and if you want to get them off your algorithm, inquire about who we are. There's a link in the description here. My phone number is in the description here. Text me all you want. I'll answer any question. I've got a very small team of veteran and civilian professionals who hold the same exact standards I do when it comes to you guys. Veterans that are on our team want you, the veteran, to know they have sat with me for hours and hours and picked my brain. They can't find anything that isn't genuine or authentic when it comes to helping veterans. This is why we've helped more vets than any other insurance group on the market right now, because we care. We don't write crappy business. We don't just sign people up. If, someone doesn't need coverage, they don't need coverage. If someone is good to go for the VA coverage, but I could still write them private market coverage that's more expensive, why would I do that? They deserve the lowest cost. If you saw the amount of nightmare policies that we pick up on a daily basis from veterans, it would astonish you and it would want to make you join the cause. And this is why so many veterans right now are joining the cause. And I can't tell you how humbled and grateful I am when a vet stops and says, we appreciate what you do and what your team does, because no one is out here helping us. And that's totally freaking effed up. I can't fathom screwing a vet over so that I can get a big commission. If anybody has a problem here with doing things the right way, they can get the hell off our team. When the check shows up and hits the coffee table and it's 50 grand, you'll look back and be like, that dude did right by me. Insurance of any kind should never be rushed through, because if tragedy happens and it's wrong, you're screwed. We're just gonna show you what's best. Having so many veterans on my team at this point, we're going to be the company that veterans just know that they can come to and trust. That's who we are. That is We Protect Vets.